and welcome to another episode of the Murray Povich Show. Today we will be talking about the disillusionment of McCallister Myers and Associates. Just kidding, everyone out there.
We actually did the Maury Povich show already.
Really?
Eddie Mac show.
The Eddie Mac show.
The Eddie Mac show.
Yeah, if you go into
You
our
have to watch it.
YouTube,
It's funny as shit.
yeah, if you go into our YouTube channel,
100% made
Get
it
out of
up.
here.
Made it up completely on the spot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
including its own attorney commercial from Tony Tagier.
Yeah, Tony Tagier,
Yes, attorney at law.
attorney at law.
Hi, I'm Tony Tagier, Esquire, attorneys at law. Do you experience lower back pain? Have you been victimized by erectile dysfunction? Have you ever injured yourself playing Connect 4 with your grandmother? If so, you could be entitled to millions.
Yeah.
So for those out there, Adam's back, who's here in season 2, and we have his partner
Thought
in
we were gonna
crime.
guess who's back.
Back again.
Shady's
Shady.
back, tell a
No,
friend.
Adam's back. Tell a friend.
Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Guess who's back? Nah, 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 nah.
Nah.
And we also have Rob Myers as well.
That's right.
So they are the owners of McCallister Myers and Associates.
Yes.
And as you already are expecting, this is going to be a really fun episode because they are content kings, in my opinion, on a very local level with some of the content they put out.
I think
when
we're
it comes
rather
to.
boring.
We are.
You think so?
Yeah. Well,
I think I'm boring too. I think that's what makes us interesting. People
ever
think
since
we're
we were
interesting.
both born again.
Well, since one of us
One
has
of
been born
one of
again,
us.
which is why you're sitting over there. Paul's in between. So when lightning strikes, hopefully there's a barrier.
You two are good.
That's
Yes.
I think I would burn if I go into a church or a synagogue. People, they not misgender me, but I get misreligion.
I actually think I would be better off and safer in a synagogue than I would, church.
Synagogues are nice. There's a nice one right
They
by
are.
the JCC.
There is. I mean,
Got a tour of
of
the
all
other
the
one.
events that we've done through the years for our local Jewish population and all the events we've done for the JCC, I'm probably closer to our Jewish population than I am the Catholics in which I was born. So
They would have to knight you, but you could be an honorary member of the tribe.
I could be. I think actually Rachel Kaur says I was an honorary Jew.
Did she?
That's a
She
big
did.
compliment.
She did tell me I was an honorary Jew. I'm very, very tickled with that. Yeah, but if I could be knighted,
That would be really cool.
like
No, I'd like to be knighted.
I would like to
that
be-
would,
I
that
mean-
would be cool.
But by
I'm-
the current king, I would want the old queen that just passed. There's something about her was just slightly charming, even if she killed her former daughter-in-law.
Accidents happen.
they do.
Brakes fail. Tunnels get congested.
Helicopters
You
crash.
you just don't know what's gonna occur.
You don't.
Yeah.
And as mainly English, I think I would prefer the previous queen as opposed to Chuck.
Yeah, he's just not likable.
No, King Chuck's never been a.
I mean, you
very
have all these
likable man.
celebrities like
You're all up Chuck right now.
I am all up Chuck. Yeah.
they're all declining
Yeah,
to,
I'm not-
for
yeah.
his coronation. It's just
Yeah.
like Adele does more perform.
I was just thinking. I mean, I know this is going to air in early
August.
but this is now the second week of April. We're recording this, and I didn't get a chance to watch this week's episode. But in last week's episode of The Mandalorian, Grogu got knighted by Lizzo.
That was
So if Grogu can get knighted by Lizzo, I feel you and I have the opportunity to get knighted in real life.
what's more bizarre, the fact that Grogu got knighted, or that Lizzo was married to Jack Black on a Star Wars TV series. To me, that was just like unbelievable seeing that clip.
I think it's more believable that Lizzo and Jack Black would be king and queen.
I can
Even
see
though
now
Jack
that we're
Black,
actually
I was
talking
not
about.
expecting Jack Black though to be a former member of the Empire.
That is surprising. I haven't watched the episode. I'm actually behind. I haven't even seen a full episode of that series.
So I haven't watched any of season 3 because I've been on season 3 of Picard.
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
Oh, that is
Star
right.
Trek.
Okay, I've heard of that.
So I'm probably just as big of a Trekkie fan as I am a Star Wars fan.
And see, I go the other way.
equal.
Really?
Yes.
I'm a way more of a Star Wars nerd than I ever did for Star Trek.
Yeah.
So not only can we help you with all your real estate needs, but if you're a Star Wars or Star Trek nerd, we are 100% with you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Force.
The Force. We are with the Force.
I'm sure you guys get the Force every once in a while. There's like awakenings when
Well,
a buyer or seller's doing something dumb.
We are one with the Force, and the Force is with us. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I went Rogue One. You weren't expecting Rogue One. I went Rogue One up in this.
What do you think about the sequel trilogy of Star Wars?
I I enjoyed 6, or wait, 7.
7 technically, The Force Awakens, which
Yes.
is
Force
it was a
Awakens-
rehashing of The New Hope, though.
Yeah, Force Awakens.
It was the same script.
It was
It
the same
was.
plot.
Same script.
It was the same
People.
script, different people.
Han died instead of Obi.
Rinse and repeat. Why not?
Yeah,
It works.
I
It
was
works.
I was down with 7. I didn't enjoy it. What's crazy is both the prequels and the sequels. I thought the second episode, whether it was episode 2 or episode 8, were throwaways. Because
The Attack of the Clones is bad.
well, Attack of the Clones, but then also the episode 8,
I hated The Last Jedi when I saw it in
Last
theaters.
Jedi, it was a game of space tag.
That is a great point.
If you think about it, it's like, hey, we only have so much gas, and the Empire put a homing beacon on it. So guess what? The entire 2 hours long, it's a game of tag. Now, the final,
I thought it was more about FaceTime.
it was, well, a little bit of FaceTime.
A little more FaceTime.
Now, the last episode, I liked it.
Really? See, that one was the worst in my opinion.
I liked
out
it.
of all 9.
Now, full disclosure,
Palpatine
I would
returned.
love to see Dave. I'm looking forward to the next round of movies
Really?
that Dave Filoni and
Oh, wait,
Jon
he's great.
Favreau are going to be producing and directing, or producing. I think it's what Kathleen Scott Kennedy.
Yeah, she's out. Or she's leaving.
No, yeah, she's leaving, but there's enough pieces in there. I'm looking forward to that next round of Star Wars that they just announced last week. So, yeah, I'm down with that. I like the direction between.
Wait, I thought you were down with OPP.
Well,
You know me. I've been down with OPP
But you're down
before.
with the new round of Star Wars and OPP.
and OPP, yes.
fair
I mean,
enough.
the first letter's the same, but the last one's something different.
I'm just ashing the
You
hell
were
out of
ashing
myself
everywhere
right
Hey,
now.
hey.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, so if you thought you were tuning in to find out more about the local real estate market,
That's not the case here.
joke's on you. We're talking Star Wars.
Bum, bum, bum.
And 5 minutes from now, who the hell knows what we're
I have
talking
no
about
idea.
then?
I like this. Let's just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
So for me, I liked the 7.
So, yeah,
I liked
Force
7.
Awakens.
Again, it was just,
I enjoyed it. That was my
but
favorite. of the
I
three.
enjoyed it. The nostalgia was there. The technology was there.
Yeah.
After that, the other 2. I think what happened is episode 8 to me was such a hot mess that there was nothing they could do to bring it back for 9.
Yeah.
And they tried hard. They tried very hard to bring it.
They couldn't.
They couldn't.
No.
They
let it-
deviated way too much in 8.
Yeah.
I don't know how in 8 they even allowed that to make it into the theater, because you're right. It was almost like they said, we'll throw out everything we know about Star Wars and we're just going to go a totally different direction. It's like, well, wait, if everybody has the Force, then 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6.
It just destroys the whole
it's
canon
like,
of-
and then I think the one piece of it that I look back in that storyline was you had the ending scene with the kids that are there working at the
And then never see the kids
thing.
again.
And the ending scene is the kid who is Force positive.
Yeah.
You know who.
Are you okay?
Force positive.
Force positive. Force sensitive. Sorry.
Talking like he's got AIDS.
It sounds like it's an STD.
Well,
he found out he had to clap, and so he didn't know what to do.
well,
Go to the doctor. If
Well-
you have the clap, go to the doctor.
yeah. Well, I mean, that was actually the first line of cans that Bud Light was going to come out with was the Force positive cans. Bud Light's like, do we go Force positive or Ally? We're going, we're going to Ally. We could have went Force positive. But they set up that storyline for that next round of Jedis, next round of younglings, and then completely abandon it.
Nothing got mentioned in 9 about it.
So, anyway.
Palpatine returned.
Yeah, so...
Well, Palpatine was like he was at a Metallica concert with all the lights out.
Yeah, it was
It
mattered
was
like a
just
Megadeth one. It was really dark.
it was just really
Moody.
weird. Like, who are all these people in the stands? Why are they there? What's their purpose? We don't know anything about any of them, but I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
No, there you go. There's our take on the latest updates of Star Wars.
that's right.
But I'm a huge fan of the Bad Batch. Mandalorian and the Bad Batch.
Still got to see that one.
Have not watched Bad Batch, and I have to watch season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yeah, I am not an
Oh,
animated...
you just got
I'm just
yourself.
ashing all over the place.
And I'm not a huge
He's
animated
just
fan.
throwing ash everywhere.
He is. It's
He's got ash to burn.
ash all up
Call
in
me
his
Ashy
place.
Larry.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
World
Yes,
Series
bitch.
enticed. Let's talk the real estate market real briefly. What's going on? Is there even a market right
You
now?
didn't expect wheels to be on this car today, did you?
Oh, no.
Okay,
That's
good,
why
good. As long
I
as you're
invited
fully,
both of you.
Okay, as long as you're fully prepared for no wheels on the car. we're
All
gonna have
gas,
a
no
good
brakes.
time.
We're,
That's right.
we're going 100 miles per hour.
By the way, today's beverage of choice, a good friend of ours, Monkey Shoulder. Monkey
Great
Shoulder.
Kool-Aid.
Please pay us.
Yes, for
Send me a check and then send these two gentlemen a check while you're at it.
Nah, just
for
send
all
the
those
check.
family get-togethers you're forced to be a part of. Monkey Shoulder helps you through it. There you go.
When you find out that you are force positive, monkey shoulder.
All right, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, not even. Star Wars.
Sorry, I'm
100
still Star
way.
Wars. That was a tough question.
Star Wars all the
trying to
way.
trick you,
I
man.
am not a Lord of the Rings fan.
I'd say, some people are diehards. I never got it. I like them, but
Yeah, like the magical, mystical, that like warlocks and like Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah.
I actually like women. So
Same. I'm not an incel.
the D&D thing and the
That Dungeons
Lord of
and
the
Dragons
Rings.
movie looks awful. That's out.
You said you like women. You've obviously never been to anything cosplay or anything like that, have you?
I mean, there are some smoke show little
Like,
No,
there are a
you-
lot
you-
of women that
you
are
got a
into
point.
Dungeons
No,
and
you got a
Dragons
point.
and stuff too.
I'm saying back
and
in-
they like to dress up.
But you-
and,
Yes.
yeah,
You've got your
so-
first-
Now, when you and I were growing up in middle school, that really didn't exist when we were like 11 and 12 and 13.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So
one.
that's-
I'll give you that one.
That's where I was
I'll
going.
give you that one.
Now, as a middle-aged guy,
Times have changed.
There's a few websites that Paul was showing us before today's show. that-
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll put the links in the bio.
Yeah, and your mom was really disappointed in you.
And I know she is.
Yes.
She tells me that repeatedly. Oh, goodness gracious.
So I like Lord of the Rings, but I'm not a crazy fan of Lord of the Rings. I've
Gotcha.
seen them. I watched them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them, but
I had a buddy who watched all three in one day. I'm like, are you okay?
Wow.
I'm like, do you have anything to do? And he didn't at the time. But now he has a nice girlfriend.
yeah, what are they, like 3 hours
Almost
plus?
long each.
Yeah.
So he's all day.
That's an investment. It really is an investment in time.
I thought about doing that with Band of Brothers one time. That's a good series.
That
worth
is.
a
Yeah,
rewatch.
Band of Brothers is really good. Yeah, I just started watching this week new Netflix series. It's based pre-America getting into World War II. Because I love World War II history and all that. It's a new series on Netflix called Transatlantic. And it's really, really
heard
good.
about that.
Is it sponsored by Bud Light?
It is not sponsored by Bud Light, no.
They don't have a random Bud Light or Starbucks.
No, there's
cup in the
there's
scene,
no one there
like
that's
the
force
Game of
positive.
Thrones.
They should.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I'm 3 episodes into it now, and it shows a woman who is in France who's helping the Jews and the refugees escape Nazi occupied France to get over into Spain to be able to
What's
save
it
their
called?
lives. Called Transatlantic.
Transatlantic. Okay.
Yeah,
We're finishing up Your Honor, so I need a new series to watch.
That's the one with Cranston, right? From Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
and if you have Paramount Plus Showtime,
I can't keep
there's
up
only
with
2
the Plus
seasons.
networks.
There's not going to be any more than 2 seasons.
Limited series, they're just done.
Limited series, 2 seasons. That's it.
I like
Season
that.
2 is done.
Yeah.
I got 3 episodes.
Just
so it's
going through
over.
it.
Great show. Suspenseful from start to finish. So
I'm watching Succession right now. That's on his 4th season.
I haven't started that, but after the headlines from this past week, and again, this is about a month before you're watching this episode with the death that happened.
With Logan Roy.
And in LA, they actually did a full obituary for him.
Yeah, that's crazy level marketing right
And
there.
so, yeah, I definitely want to start watching that and because, it's politics and
so is it like House of Cards? Esque?
Not as dark as that.
ooh,
Okay.
I remember watching it the first time, and I got like halfway through the first episode. I'm like, this is a fucking satire. I thought it was a drama, and it had drama elements all throughout.
yeah.
But
So is it the story about Walt Disney leaving Florida?
No, it's
No,
not,
no,
it's
no,
not that bad.
that's Succession.
it's pretty much like
Only if you're wearing white boots, white thigh-high boots.
Well, I'll pick all the people on the panel, so we know it'll be fair.
right. That's it.
it's literally a ripoff of like the Murdochs, like Fox News.
Okay.
But based on that family, but they say it's not
okay.
based on that family.
Got it.
Very
Oh,
unlikable
so it's more
people.
of a new, like a behind-the-scenes news channel
Correct.
type
Yeah,
of show.
so it's
Family politics and dynamics.
kind of a wag the dog
Yeah.
kind of backstory.
Let's get rid
behind
of dad, and all these
Yeah.
kids are freaks, pretty much, in their own way.
No, wait. I thought he was president.
No, he's president of the company.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's literally like Rupert Murdoch. It's like a Fox News, pretty
got
much.
you. I got you.
CNN kind of thing.
So does he get married for the 5th time at the age of 92, or does that?
Oh, he's banging his assistant at one point. And there's a rumor that he knocked up the assistant before he died.
Well, I mean,
Parting gifts.
who hasn't?
Yeah.
Right.
Who hasn't?
I mean, if I hypothetically was 80-some years old, I probably would bang my assistant too.
Look, if I'm in my 80s and I can bang anything,
That would actually be a given.
Yeah.
If I live to be in my 80s, all bets are off. There is no telling what you might see me do
You're
in
just
my 80s.
Yeah, at that point, you're just stumbling into things. It's not really banging anything. You're just kind of going, I was here. I don't know what happened.
So the gas station pills wouldn't scare me at that point. It just will just give me all of them.
No.
No. You'll be in there, a little tap on the foot under the stall. Oh, wait, no, that's the turnpike.
Oh, there's no no glory holes allowed.
That's that Sheets up in Carlisle. Yeah. So you were asking about the real estate market.
Oh,
All right.
wait, we were going to talk real estate
I
at
think
some
I'm
point.
just briefly
yeah.
in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you made it to that part of the episode.
All right.
Okay. So
Achievement unlocked. For
achievement-
those who are watching this right now,
yeah, there'll be a little like
we actually could do that. That'd be pretty cool. Like
The
an
more
old,
you know.
more
But you
you
can't
know.
use that because it's already copyrighted. and
Correct.
used by someone
Yeah.
else. Yes, don't do that.
yeah no.
So the more you might know. Change it up.
There you
It's
go.
Oh, I like that.
It's like Ice Ice Baby. It's
It's
not
like
dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun. I
Right,
added the
it's dun, 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 dun.
Completely different song.
Totally different song.
Nothing like Under
so
Pressure.
The more you
Freddie
know
Mercury,
is
who?
copyrighted.
Right.
The more you might
he
know.
was force positive.
Freddie Mercury was everything positive.
I mean, I saw Bohemian
But-
Rhapsody. I don't know how true.
Was he force positive? That's I know.
I'm pretty sure Freddie was forced in a lot of positive
Oh,
directions.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But
That's true.
But as a huge Queen fan, drinks out for Freddie. Yes. So anyway, so Rob, you want to handle the current real estate market?
It's like the Last Jedi.
What
It
do
took a
the
turn.
people? What do the people need to know about the current market of real
the
estate?
current market in real estate.
Other than it's the reason why we're drinking.
Oh, so he's getting, for those who are listening to the audio, we're getting a glass report for this segment.
Nope, that's it. That's the current real estate market. It's all over. I explained it.
That's it. Yeah.
Current real estate market. So here's the deal in a nutshell. This is me in a nutshell.
Help, I'm in a nutshell.
Okay, we are totally going side. I want another Austin Powers movie, but we can
Yes.
come back to that in a minute.
We'll talk to that.
I'm a
That's-
huge Austin Powers fan.
One of the funniest series of all
Just
time.
Stupidity at its finest. Anyway, current real estate market. If you are a buyer, most buyers have accepted that rates are going to be 6 or higher.
Okay.
I think most have accepted it. Most first-time home buyers, they're all in. They've accepted that the prices are high. They're ready to rock and roll. The problem with the real estate market right now is not that group. A lot of people think the real estate market stalled because of rates. And I guess it has, but not from the group they're thinking it has. What I mean by that, though, is the group that it's stalled in are the current homeowners who are sitting on a 3.5%, 4% interest rate. So everybody has seen their property values go up $100,000 in some instances or more.
Yeah.
But they also understand if they go buy another house now, all that equity they saw their house go up is gone because they're going to have to dump it potentially into the next property. So
a wash.
there's no, right, it's a wash. There's no real win there.
So it's all, if you got the money and you can spend it, spend it.
The biggest thing that I'm finding right now are sellers are going, but if I sell, my rate goes from 3.5 to potentially 7. My rate doubles.
Right.
So that group of people right now are kind of sitting back going, I don't really have to move.
I'm okay.
My house has gone up $100,000 in equity. I can get a home equity line of credit. I can remodel the bathroom. I can remodel the kitchen. I can make this house more of what I want it to be. And I could stay a little bit longer, and we'll just see where rates go down the road.
And they're holding.
Right. So that's the market that we're dealing in now. So First-time home buyers, if properties do hit the market, we are back to seeing 3, 4, 6, 12, 15, 20 offers on a property. People are giving up the kid that they like the least. They're giving up the kidney. They're throwing in the family dog. Whatever they need to do to try to get the win, we're kind of back to that right now. So we will get through it. How long it's going to last, I don't know.
But you guys all have a very interesting business model, which I kind of adopt from in my own way. I mean, people over profits.
We're sorry. Oh, that part.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We thought it was something else.
Where it's this, to me, you guys doing the right thing.
For us, we're not in a sprint. It's more of a marathon.
Got you. That's
If
how
that
I
makes
view this
sense.
market
And
right now.
And that is our approach. That has been our approach for the last, 9 years?
Yeah.
Our approach is slow and steady. We are not, I would say most things that motivate a lot of real estate agents don't necessarily motivate us, if that makes any sense. And there's nothing wrong with what motivates you. It's just not what, to us, the community motivates us.
Yes.
The community is the reason why we do what we do. We try our best to do a lot of different things in the community. There's stuff we put out on social media, and there's stuff we never mention or never say anything about.
You don't need a thank you.
Right. Well, it's constantly trying to find the balance of giving back to the community, which to me is a private thing, or to us is a private thing, but also trying to let people know that
This is our culture.
Yeah. So it is a tough balancing act because I know there are a lot of times where we're going, we should let people know we're helping this organization, but then we're going, but we're not doing it for the, oh, look at me. So there's a lot of conversations that occur in the background of, should we push this out? Should we not push that out? So
It's just, I think, more of a gut check. It's whatever feels right. At least for me, when it comes to those kind of decisions.
Well, I think, the stereotype in real estate is, I got to have the white BMW. I've got to have the white Range Rover.
Here's my vineyard vines. I
Yeah.
did $69 million.
I've got to be out playing golf. I got to be out, living that baller lifestyle. Look at me.
There are agents who go, hey, when I pull up in my class, whatever, series, whatever, I know I got the listing. So real estate is a level of arrogance. It's a level, let me rephrase that. It's a level of ego.
Yeah, no, I buy that.
You know what I mean?
It's perception that these people put out.
Correct.
Intentionally or out of insecurity.
Correct. So I think that, and it probably maybe out of context looks like we're trashing people. Not trashing anybody. Everybody has the things that motivate them, has the things that get them up in the morning to do what they want to do. And I guess the bottom line is for us, we've been different from day one. We also know we're different. We're very,
That's good.
We're very middle class, blue collar guys that got into real estate. We're not second, third, fourth generation. And we're still middle class, blue collar guys in our brains,
Right.
even though we may not necessarily be doing what people perceive as a blue collar job.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've always said
about
for
that.
Rob and I and McCallister Myers and Associates from the get-go, like Rob just said, we're two blue-collar guys in a white-collar industry.
Yeah.
So if you want the fluff and, hey, we need to go out and go golfing to get together and all that,
Please don't
That
do
ain't
that to
us.
No.
You
I've
wanna-
been golfing once and never built
Yeah.
it.
You want to jump on a motorcycle and go for a ride and look at homes?
Hell
Call
yeah.
me.
Let's do
I'm
it.
there all day, every day. We both own pickup trucks. We both own campers. For us, our
I
idea.
support the ATF.
Yeah, just not the IRS. Yeah.
No, ATF and alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
Yeah.
That's my life.
But
I got 2 of them. Well, no, I got
Yeah.
3 of them with me.
yes, you do.
I should have wore my defund the IRS shirt today.
So, but
We can't
so
go
if
there.
that is and that's the majority of York County. We're I'm born here. Rob, even though he has lived pretty much his entire life in
It's a
York
very
County,
blue collar county overall.
we are.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the city
And there's
perception is.
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
Correct.
And
It's actually right, in my opinion.
Well, I think a lot of the thought process is people get into the industry they're groomed to look this way, present yourself this way. Where we've taken the opposite approach. Our agents that joined our brokerage, it's like, no, I want you to be you.
Right.
Be 100% you all the time. There are going to be some people that are going to love to work with you, and there are going to be some people that will never work with you for being who you are.
And that's okay, though.
And that's perfectly
Correct.
fine.
Yes.
We want to provide everybody high-level service, but I want you to be your authentic you. If you would do this on a Friday night hanging with friends, that's the person with some professionalism. But,
Correct.
But that's the person I want you to go out and let the client meet.
I mean, I've met a lot of agents where they're almost like caricatures, like you were describing earlier. Where
Well, that is
playing a part.
But a lot of characters and personas and things like that. But again, I also think that's sales.
It's sales, but because of...
I think it's the wrong sales.
I'm not
correct.
The old school.
But I would also say because of Rob and I, and I know you do as well, we 1,000% appreciate, enjoy, and support the locally owned, locally operated businesses that make up the bulk of York County. That being said, York County has an affinity for some reason to the big box stores, to the Cracker Barrels, to the Walmarts,
It's almost a paradox.
to the national
It is.
chains.
Oh, it really is.
where they
And-
won't go in East York to check out this new mom and pop restaurant that opened up.
Well, I mean,
Where they're lining up the door at Texas Roadhouse.
Right. By York
Correct.
County, by York County rule, any new business you have to wait 3 years to see if they make it, and then
It can be cool,
go check them out.
Right.
which
but-
is backwards.
But to take that to our business, to the real estate model, you also have a lot of big box stores in real estate that are the big box store brokerages that's what they want their agents to mimic, because that is their image of success. That is their image of going, hey, this is what it takes to be profitable and to make it work in our business. And we go, no, people who like you.
Correct.
Right.
And it is our business, like so many others, it's a relationship business.
Yeah.
And it is, do you know your stuff? Can I trust you? Yep, we're going to do business together.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to.
And our personalities, some people may go, well, they're only going to resonate with. We help people from $50,000 all the way up to $1 million homes buy and sell property. So they're people with our personality are at all income brackets. Okay. But I think the key to us is we're just hardwired blue collar guys.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it. That's the
No,
easiest
that's
way.
it.
Because I'm constantly complaining about who's looking out for the middle class. I haven't seen anybody, politicians, whatever. It's always a constant dump. It's a constant dump on the middle class. You mentioned taxes, and I won't get too deep into the weeds on this, but it's like, middle class family, they're getting up, they're working 40, 60, 70 hours a week. They're busting their ass trying to make a better life for themselves. And then in the end, they pay more through inflation. They pay more in taxes.
They're eating it all.
They're not getting ahead. Most of them are getting into deeper and deeper credit card debt, trying to maintain that middle class lifestyle. And yet, for me, I haven't seen a politician in any party come out and go, wait a second, that middle class
Something's wrong
lifestyle
here.
should be based on your wages, not what you can finance in the future.
Correct.
So I think that's the same premise we use when we say people before profit. It is about people first. I mean, obviously, every business is in business to make money. But at the same time, we want to take care of the people that we're helping. That's first and foremost. And we believe that everything else takes care of itself if we're doing right by people.
Where that success is a byproduct if you put people first.
Correct. Which means you're also in a slow build. You're not trying to...
It's not really
You're
this-
not trying to sham wow everyone you meet.
You can't, because
Correct.
it's going to crash at some point.
It always does.
Right.
It always does.
It's
It's
unsustainable.
not. It's right. It's not sustainable.
I've
Yep.
seen it in my space. I follow a lot of people in the marketing space, like online around the world, and they get lucky on, not a gimmick, but like Facebook ads. And then iOS update comes up where Apple doesn't want to do certain things with
Correct.
Facebook ads, with data anymore. Then these guys just disappear because their business is gone. Or they're relying on one tactic to make a quick buck rather than looking at marketing as a whole, holistically.
Or where one year you're like, so-and-so's everywhere, and then all of a sudden they disappear.
Right.
That's when it's like kind of a red flag, either like,
Right. It's all a house of cards.
Oh yeah, and you have certain companies that come out of the gate, and you're like, I never heard of this group, and they come out of nowhere, and it's like they're everywhere, not realizing they're robbing Peter to pay Paul at such a high level.
it's literally like Howard Ratner and Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
Great fucking
I'm
movie.
gonna tap this out over here.
yeah. No one saw.
No
the
one
thing.
saw it.
Yeah, it was.
Except I looked at the camera when I did it. So yeah, it made it a little obvious. I just threw my ash on your carpet.
Well, it's not my car.
Hey, $20 is $20.
$20. That's right. So yeah, I going back to the real estate market, Rob's 100% right. If you're a buyer right now, you're doing everything you can to secure a property. And I mean, the latest numbers just came out. Average home price in York County, $261,000.
I never thought I would see that.
No. I can remember him and I going to real estate conventions back in 2014, 2015. And at that time, the average home price in York County was $140,000. And
That's
we're like,
insane.
And we're like, it would be great to work in all these other markets because you don't have to sell near as many homes to hit your budget. And now we're at those levels. And the issue is we don't have enough inventory to make the register ring enough times.
And I think I've been seeing it, and it still holds true, and probably will when this drops in
August.
where there are more active real estate licenses in York County than actual listings.
Oh, yes.
There definitely is.
Three times as many.
I'll roughball it. There's about 500 active listings, and I'm roughballing it. It's not much different than that. There's about 1,600 licensed agents in York and Adams County.
And to me, that's insane. I know a lot of them are fly-by-nights or...
There is a large handful of people who do this as a hobby,
Yeah.
which that's up for the consumer to decide whether or not you want somebody who is a hobbyist helping you with the most valuable possession you own. It's not for me to.
That's a great way to articulate it.
We're
Right.
both full time. This is all we do. We burn the boats. There is no plan B. There is no way off. We're
Yep.
here.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of part-time agents. I think what you're going to find happening over this 2023, I think you're going to see a lot of people starting to move away from real estate. There's a perception in our industry that when you get your real estate license, it comes with a fancy car, a beach house, and all this. And then all of a sudden, a lot of people get into the business and go, wait a second. Well, how do I find work? You need to get out there and find it.
You gotta dig.
Now, we help our agents. We show them different avenues and paths and give them different advice. But this is not an industry where if you're coming into it thinking,
I'm going to make $1 million my first year.
I just got my
Right.
license. I'm gonna clear 100,000. I think the median income level for most agents in York County, this is probably 2-year-old data at this point, was around 45,000 a year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the median. So out of 1,600 agents, half of them are making less than $50,000 a year in the business. Well, there's always the 80-20 rule.
Yep.
20% of the agents do
Yep.
80% of the business. The other 80% of the agents are fighting over the 20% that's left on the table.
And I would
believe
say
that, especially your industry.
Yeah. And I would say in York County, it's more of a 90-10. And we did a podcast recently about this.
I would agree with you.
That it's not so
trying to
much
be nice.
80-20, it's more of a 90-10, where you've got the top 10% of the agents in our area are doing 90% of the business, and the other 90%.
Are fighting over the 10% that's left.
Yeah.
I think part of it, too, you got the 10% that are actually really out there finding it.
Correct.
And built businesses.
And that's just it. Because for the last, in 2020, the tail end of 2020, when we came out of lockdown, through, I would say, the bulk of 2021, you could wake up in the morning and stumble upon 3 or 4 deals a day.
Oh yeah, you were an order taker.
You were working at
You were the
Arby's.
Uber driver of real estate.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think.
That's what it was. There
Yeah.
was so much business being done.
Yep.
There were so many buyers out there that all you needed to do was if you could fog a mirror, we can give you a license and we can tell you you're going to sell some houses.
Yep. But over the last year, and particularly I would say the last 8 months, you've had to get out there and really dig and really have a great relationship with your past clients, with the community, with the people who you could do business with in order to find business. It wasn't just wait for the phone to ring. It was, how do I make the phone ring? And so that's been the gist of it over the last year. So because of that, like Rob said, I think you'll find more and more of the part-time agents, the hobbyists, the folks that are going, you know what, maybe it is time to retire. If I've got an AOL email address, maybe it's time to get out and go retire and enjoy this lifestyle. You'll see them start to fade away.
I think that's good for the industry, though. It's like nature.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to be. Because what'll end up, and I know Rob's been a big proponent of, and one of the things that our industry, our local commission association has been, very against, which is raising the bar for what it takes to actually become an agent. Because you have so many people that go, oh, this is, it doesn't take much to become a real estate agent.
No, it's a couple hours more than a couple hours of coursework.
Here's where I'll get myself in trouble.
Yep.
Let's get in trouble.
I believe it's very easy to say you have high standards. It's different when the rubber meets the road.
100%.
And when you look at any associations, I don't care what they are, they exist based on numbers. The more bodies you have, the more dues paying members you have, the better the organization itself does.
In theory, yeah.
In theory. The question is, does it do better for the community?
Who they serve, ultimately.
And I don't know.
It's a big qualitative question on that part.
To me, it's quality over quantity, but I also know that I also know that there are a lot of agents in our industry who have high standards. So this is not in any way slamming agents. But with any industry, you always have a group that are unethical, that are always about making the dollar. I don't care what it is. Construction, roofing, anything. Every industry has those people.
Who are unethical.
What's that?
Who are unethical, essentially.
Correct. But luckily for us, we get an ethics training every 2 years. So you're good to go. You're ethical as long as you attend that training.
Correct. Regardless of what your past history is, as long as you attend,
you're ethical again.
You're officially ethical
That's
again.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
No matter how far down the queue route you've gone.
Oh goodness.
But listen, we love what we do, but I'm also probably more outspoken than I should be in the sense of I do believe our standards should be higher. I believe the cost to be in this business should be more than what they actually are.
If that offends people, I think they need to answer some questions themselves.
That's for
quite
each
frankly.
individual person to determine on their own. That's my own personal belief. And by no stretch of the imagination am I saying I'm perfect, because I'm not. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, no.
We all make mistakes. The question is, do you learn from your mistakes, or do you just adjust your mistakes so it's not as obvious of a mistake as it was when you did it the last 23 times?
Well, to go down a quick rabbit hole in one of your favorite soapboxes, to go back to quality of agent and quality of the work that's being done, is one of the things as an agent is you have to pay lockbox dues to have access to the lockboxes in our area,
Which is really screwed up in how it breaks down.
And we'll try to keep this as layman terms as possible. So York County has a set of lockboxes.
York and Adams.
York and Adams County has a set of lockboxes. Now, if you are outside of York and Adams County, so if you are showing homes, if you've got a client that's in Lancaster, in Harrisburg,
County,
in
I'm coming
Cumberland, if
over.
you're crossing, Maryland is a whole other hot mess. But yeah, so you've got clients that are looking at homes in other areas beyond York and Adams County. They're using a completely different set of lockboxes.
Interesting.
Okay.
And for the premise of this, anybody can go to Lowe's and buy combo boxes. But the boxes that we're talking about are a lot more secure. You have to have a Bluetooth app in your phone. Your membership, your payments have to be current. You have to be a member in good standings. If you go to a lockbox and you're not in good standing, that lockbox will deny you entry. It will not allow you to open it.
From a checks and balance standpoint.
So it's a safety measure. outside of combo boxes.
And just to interject real quick, because you're right.
No, go ahead. It's your thought.
Well, it is, yeah. It's an amazing thought.
I thought so.
Like, it's better than episode 8 of Star Wars. It's
Okay,
that
let's go.
quality of a thought.
Now he's going force positive on us.
Going force positive. What a lot of people forget, or they just completely overstep, is that, yes, we are selling homes, but these are homes that belong to people.
Yeah.
That are living in them in most
That
cases.
are living in those homes.
That have personal possessions.
Have personal possessions, that have memories, that have important private things inside their homes. So paramount to that is security of that property. And that's one of the things we always put, when Rob's working with a seller, is I'm going to treat their home the
like
same
mine.
way I'm going to treat mine. So having that safety and security and that top level access to be able to get into that home is very, very important. So by sticking a lockbox that you put a code on at one time that never changes, then all of a sudden, if you show that home one time, if you remember the code or you write it down, or unfortunately what we see a lot in our industry is folks go, oh, hey, I can't get there, but if you want to go ahead and get into it, here's the code. Help yourself to get into the house.
It happens.
If you're the homeowner, how do you feel about that?
Not by us.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't like that.
Correct.
So it's like, who's the fuck's coming in my home, even if they might buy it?
Exactly. So what ends up happening is the industry looks at it and going, well, you're just making it difficult for people to get into that home that may want to buy it. No, I'm looking out for my person's best interest to make sure their home is secure, because I don't know who that person is that's coming. There used to be a time,
Even if they're a qualified buyer or not.
even if they're qualified to buy or not, but a lot of times now, because of the age of the internet and because of the way Zillow has overtaken our industry, a lot of times those first-time buyer consultations are happening inside of someone's home, and you don't know who that person is.
Yeah, no, they could be.
So therefore, to go back to where this story began, is you have agents
Started a long time ago in a
galaxy
galaxy
far,
far away.
Yes, is you have agents within the area who don't want to pay
$20 a month.
$20 a month to have lockbox access to work the area in which they have clients that are looking to buy homes.
The unfortunate part of that is, if they can't get into the property, I can't prove this, but I would believe they're going back to their client and saying, the other agent won't let us in.
They're making it difficult.
We can't get in. They're not going back to their client and saying, I did not want to spend $20 to be able to access this lockbox, so therefore I can't get you into the property, because that's a sale they don't want to lose, where all they need to do is pay
$20 bucks.
So for myself and for Adam, we work Harrisburg and Lancaster. They're on a Supra. We pay to have access to those lockboxes. We're in York and Adams County. We pay to have access to those lockboxes. I'm also licensed in Maryland, so I pay to have access to Greater Baltimore and the different areas of the Maryland market. Why? Because I look at it as, if a carpenter showed up to your house and he said, hey, I don't have a saw or a hammer, I could do a really good job for you. I promise I can. But could I borrow your saw and your ladder? Are you going to hire that contractor? And again, these conversations...
Wait a minute. One of our good friends is a contractor.
He does that?
And he currently owns my saw. He currently has my saw in the back of his car. By the way, Richard Craighead, if you're watching, I need my saw back.
Wow, you just put him on blast like that.
But I say Richard knows, and we all had a dinner with
gotta be
him.
a fun joke.
And he knows I love him.
The point being is this. Our standard as a brokerage is, if you're going to work that area and you're licensed in that area, you need to pay to have all the tools you need to be the professional in that area.
Otherwise, don't play ball.
Don't go in that area.
Don't play ball.
Right.
There.
Just don't go to that area.
Yeah.
If you don't want to pay $20 a month to open up, to show respect for that homeowner's security, then just don't go to that area.
Refer
It's a
it
simple
out.
fix.
Refer it out.
Yeah, well,
100%.
And just to kind of put the cherry on the top of that, if you sold that home in that
are you
area,
placing it, or are you kind of dropping it?
Is it going is it tastefully being placed?
It's tastefully being placed.
Okay.
Tastefully being placed.
So do we have some whipped cream with the cherry?
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
excellent.
With a few sprinkles or jimmies, whichever way you go with that. If you sold that home for which you aren't paying for lockbox access, if you sold it at the table when it goes to closing, that commission check would pay you enough to have lockbox access 20-fold. You know, so it's just one of those it's the difference between an employee mindseted agent and a business owner mindseted agent.
I get that.
And what's really opened it up, though, is up until, I don't know, about 5 years ago-ish, York and Adams County had its own multiple list system. Lancaster had its own multiple list system.
And it was a hot
Harrisburg
mess.
had its own multiple list system. About 5 years ago, there was a merging of Maryland, most of PA, Philly, New Jersey, and it created this monster called Bright, which is now, from what I understand, the largest MLS system in the country.
That's what I've heard.
Which is great, but it's now allowed agents who didn't want to pay money to have access to the inventory here and here and here. Now all of a sudden they have access to it. They can get the information
cookie jar's
on
open.
that. Correct. But our lockboxes have not followed suit with the MLS
So there's
system.
a disconnect, and the general public has
Huge
no idea.
disconnect. And here's and I'll just call it like I see it. These associations make money through membership fees, and in order for us to go under one lockbox system to rule that whole area, you're talking about contracts that associations have with different lockbox companies. You would have to have them all come together and agree under one lockbox. And there's also a lot of this, we joke around about it a lot in Pennsylvania with municipalities, boroughs, and all that.
Yeah.
We call them the little mini kingdoms. So not only do you got to appease the state, not only do you got to appease the county,
You gotta
but you
appease
also
Doug.
appease the little mini kingdom that sits
Who's
within the
president
county.
of this little borough?
To me, a lot of the associations are the same thing. Is they need to justify their existence. One of the things that helps them justify their existence is lockbox access. I personally believe you could probably take a lot of these associations and merge them together and make larger associations.
And streamline it.
But that's not how we've always done it. Isn't that what we say in York County?
Right.
This is how we've always done it.
We like bureaucracy just for bureaucracy's sake when it comes to
Correct.
people like that.
Well, that's what we're comfortable with.
We're comfortable with it.
Yeah, so we all know it's bullshit. It's just
We
an extra.
like to complain
hoop
about
go through.
government, yet we love us some government.
We love us some government.
We love these little checks and balances.
Yeah, right, because
Yeah.
they're looking out for me.
Yeah, we hate Joe Biden, but I didn't pay my mortgage for the last 3 years, and you know what? That loan modification I got from
It's not a
from HUD,
bailout, though.
No,
It's not a bailout.
not a bailout.
Oh, I've
Not
been,
a
taking,
bailout.
I've been taking advantage of the student loan push. I'm like, oh, student loan's about to start up. Nope, it'll be another 6 month kicker.
Yeah.
6 month kicker.
Yep.
Yeah, so for me, I don't really try to listen to what people are saying. I try to watch what they're doing. That to me means more, because anybody can say anything.
Absolutely.
You know, I can come out and say, oh, I support this, I don't support that, but what are you doing?
How
How are you
you-
living your life?
How are you filling your shoes that you
Correct.
claim that you own at the end of the day?
And for me, I have no desire to try to be everything to everyone. I'm not.
Yep.
And that doesn't mean I wish ill will on anybody who might not connect with me. It's just there's somebody out there for you. You're going to find that person who you're going to click with.
And resonate.
And yeah. And the real estate process is stressful.
Yeah.
You need to be working with somebody who's not making the process 10 times harder than
For
what
you.
it already is. Correct.
And that's why we have monkey shoulder.
And
Monkey
that is why
shoulder.
we have monkey shoulder.
For getting through a real estate transaction.
But enough about.
So, you know, I don't know.
I know Marty's singling for last caller over there a few minutes ago, but
We're
that
just
was
getting
profound.
started.
We can keep going if
We're
you
just
guys.
getting started, Marty. Come on. Come on, Marty.
You guys want to go a couple more minutes?
By the way, if you're watching this, please comment. Give Marty some love. Because Marty's been putting up with all this shit for the last 2 hours. And he has had nothing to drink, no cigar, no anything.
I don't know how he does it some days.
No. And he's your brother. Yeah. Mom, we know who the favorite kid is.
I would say it's Marty.
It's Marty. Without a doubt, it's
That was
Marty.
absolutely Marty.
Yeah. Yeah. And the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito twins, it's Marty. Yeah.
It's Marty without doubt.
Okay.
I am Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
He's Arnold.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with
We
being Danny
probably
DeVito.
lost a portion of the people
everyone born after 1985.
They have no idea what
Has
that
no
is.
clue.
That
No
reference
clue
is.
what you
Right.
just referenced.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I aspire to be Frank Reynolds, personally, when I'm 70-some years old. Multi-millionaire, divorced, and wants to live in squalor with a man who's in his 20s and 30s. And
This Bud Light, sir, is for you. And we support that.
And if you enjoy Bud Light, fucking enjoy Bud Light.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Ain't no discriminating over
it's
here.
your life. Live it.
That sounded so wrong the way it came out of my mouth. But
It did.
It's an Always Sunny's
I'm
reference.
not going to lie. Kevin Spacey is what came to my mind.
I just dropped an F-bomb. Sorry. I don't know what the...
We can say fuck.
No, he
Oh,
said
we
he
can.
said fuck
Okay,
earlier.
good. All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to censor myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
this is really a...
Yeah. And so here's a crazy thing. So for everyone who knows Rob and I, we've been friends for the last 20 years. We've been best friends for the last 10 years.
And I am the most approachable, the most sociable. I love to be around a lot of people all the time. Adam, complete opposite.
yeah,
Hermit.
very, very introverted.
Total hermit.
You wouldn't think that, though.
You wouldn't
No,
think
you
it,
wouldn't
no.
think it.
No.
Not one bit.
So, yeah. All right. What other questions can we answer for you, sir? Where can we take this next?
How do we feel about Kid Rock? We talked about it a little bit
I'm
earlier.
never going shooting with him again. If you haven't seen the video, apparently Kid Rock cannot hit 4 cases of Bud Light that he purchased after he was pissed off at Bud Light
And boycotting it.
with an AR-15.
But those 4 cases don't count.
No, they don't.
Those don't count.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of like pre-9/11 Kid Rock. Like,
I can't say that I've ever been a fan of
Now,
Kid Rock.
Here's where
I
I'll
can
go.
say he's had some music that I've enjoyed.
I've never been like...
but it was
if I was like
it
a
was
fan.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. As a former DJ and a huge fan of the Sugar Hill Gang, when he came out with the first hit, the BAWITDABA, I'm
Bang,
like,
bang, bang.
yeah, like Sugar Hill Gang had that with Rapper's Delight. Don't jack it up. Like
I never realized the correlation between the two till now.
Like certain
wow.
things,
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah,
That might have been the most profound thing said today. No
certain,
offense.
certain recipes
Lots
should not
taken.
be messed with. I'll give you a prime example. So a couple months ago,
That's a fucking clip right there.
that was it. So a couple months ago, my wife and I were over in Gettysburg, and we're out to dinner, and we sit at this restaurant. It's right there on the roundabout, and the server comes over, and she goes, here's tonight's specials. Here's our soups of the day. She goes, we have a New England clam chowder, and then we have a Pennsylvania Dutch clam
Oh
chowder.
my God, you're still gonna bitch about this.
You know how I am.
What
Oh
is a
my
Pennsylvania
God.
You know
Dutch
the
clam
way
chowder?
I-
All right.
You
I
know
didn't
the way
think he
I
was
hold a
going
grudge.
Here. Go ahead.
You know the way I hold a
He
grudge.
has got to complain about this clam chowder.
I
Continue.
do.
Jiminy Christmas.
So I'm at this restaurant, and they say, yeah, we have a New England clam chowder, and we have a Pennsylvania Dutch
I was done, but
clam chowder.
now I got to hear the clam chowder
And
story.
I said, what's a Pennsylvania Dutch clam chowder? And she goes, well, it's like the New England clam chowder, but we add hard-boiled eggs. First off,
That is foul.
it is foul. Can we stop? Look, I am born and raised and bred
Why?
York County,
Because this is how we've always done
and
it.
I'm Pennsylvania Dutch.
Nobody can change the recipe of clam chowder.
Certain recipes.
You've got to have it the way you've always had it since you were 2.
Why would anyone put
I'm
a
good
hard-boiled
with
egg in clam chowder?
Manhattan clam chowder, New England clam chowder. There are certain things you just don't mess with the recipe. Can we agree to that?
I've always thought
did
clam
they-
chowder is
So
New England
stop
style.
adding hard-boiled eggs and calling
Did
it
they-
Pennsylvania Dutch. Knock it the fuck off.
So there's your answer. They didn't call it New England clam chowder.
No, they called it Pennsylvania Dutch and fucked it up.
That's a weird name to have on a menu. Pennsylvania Dutch, and we fucked it up. How do you order that in a restaurant?
Show me a clam that comes from Pennsylvania Dutch country.
And I bet you it did not mention it had a hard-boiled egg in it.
And you dated her,
I-
so then we can't talk about it.
I could show you a clam that came from Pennsylvania. You asked.
I did. I made
You
that
have
mistake.
questions?
I'm
I
not
have
necessarily
answers.
wanting that in a soup, okay?
So the hypothesis I'm getting at here, or you're getting at here, is
He has
Kid
no
Rock
idea.
is
He just
Pennsylvania
wanted to
Dutch
bitch
clam
about
chowder.
clam chowder.
Yes, Kid
That's
Rock-
all. He just
that's
wanted
it.
to complain about that clam
I did.
chowder.
And don't get me started on some of our local butcher shops.
Ooh, what up, Bob?
So as a lifelong York Countyan, I can hold a grudge for a lifetime. And My brother over here to your side knows that 100%.
So yeah, that restaurant, we're not gonna say it's
Done.
name.
Yeah, we'll never go there again.
Pennsylvania Dutch Clam Chowder.
And he
Real
knows
bad.
he knows some businesses around the area because they screwed up cattle and
50
hogs.
years ago. 50 years ago. Well, I won't go there. Why? Oh, it messed up my hog.
What?
50 years ago.
The owner's dead.
Yeah. It's probably third generation working the shop now.
They should have never made it that long.
Can't go there.
Can't do it.
Why?
They messed it up. When did they mess it up? 1979.
And this is coming from a guy who gets frustrated when he hears people go, well, this is how we always done it.
True thing, yeah. But if you know they couldn't get it done, by the way, Marty's losing his shit back here behind the camera.
So here's the deal. If you like to think outside the box, if you enjoy chefs who add their own twist to things, there's nothing wrong with a Pennsylvania Dutch clam chowder.
If I had a knife right now, I'd stab him.
Well, hold on. Let me give you the knife. Let's
That's
see what happens.
it. My message today, beyond the real
Challenge
estate,
accepted.
beyond today's conversation, stop with the hard-boiled eggs. Nobody's asking for them.
I've never been a fan of hard-boiled eggs.
I
I don't even like devil eggs. That's an unpopular opinion.
I
But
100% support deviled eggs. Well,
Well, wait a second.
Red beet
How
eggs?
are those deviled eggs made? Have they changed the recipe? Had they tried to do something different to your deviled eggs?
They're deviled eggs. Satan was involved. There was a demon, and we're trying to protect the kids.
And that's another reason why we need to shut these libraries down. 'Cause
That's
people like
exactly
you
right.
doing all this reading
That's
and
it.
educating yourself.
Yeah,
on the TikTok.
yeah. Missouri Republicans, I'm with you. That's right. Ban all the books. Yeah.
Right. We have Audible. Why the hell are we still supporting libraries? You have Audible. Get an Audible account already. Listen to it while you
Yeah,
drive.
they're not books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not
Just some
books
dude
at all.
reading.
They're not books. Someone
No.
else is reading it to you, and there's no trees involved.
That's right.
That's
They're not
right. Hot
books.
take,
Just
but
lots
I
of
agree
coal
with.
to make electricity to make it work, but we're not talking about coal. We're talking about saving the trees.
We are, and the kids.
That's right.
Saving the kids'
Saving
trees.
the children.
That's right.
Because
Saving
they
the
are
children.
our future.
And I believe.
If you teach them well, you can let them lead the way.
Yeah.
I think that's a great note to end off.
Well, we're not done yet. No.
Oh, no,
keep going.
he's like, we're done. We're
No.
done.
Oh, no,
no,
keep
we're not
going.
done.
Marty, you want to go a couple more minutes?
Marty's like, fuck it, I'm not drinking. You guys are.
So, considering this is the last time we'll ever be on this show,
I don't know. We might do a lightning round live stream at some point at a bar.
You know what? Let's do it right now. Lightning round, you're in charge.
Oh, okay.
Or wait a minute.
wait.
Marty,
Marty,
you're in
ask
charge.
a question. Ask a question, Marty.
One question, Marty. This isn't how we always done. Are you going to add eggs to it? If there's no eggs, we can do it.
That's true, yes.
That's all right. We'll let him be force positive over there, and we'll move on through it, and we'll just keep it moving. We'll keep the party going.
That's it.
Worst song when you're a DJ that people would request.
Number 10. Come on, number 10. Everybody's dancing to number 10.
Number
fuck's
10.
number 10?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Number
So
10?
to set this up, so as Rob,
So
and
much
I,
for your lightning round.
yeah.
That's all right.
Hey, grab
So-
a chair, Marty. We're
Yeah,
gonna be a
yeah.
minute.
This going to be a minute. Yeah. So Rob and I joke because Rob and my wife and I all met at the same club. So I joke that
That's
my
right.
Was it the
The
Hop?
farm
'Cause that
in
was a
Spring
swingers.
Grove.
I was about to say, if the Hop was a swingers club, and I'll be a little concerned. I
no,
missed
it was,
out on
Poor
that.
Angela, I am so sorry.
Yeah. So it was actually Mixer's Nightclub over in West York, which is now the Wyndham Garden Resorts in York.
So it got bastardized.
It used to be
Kinda
the
like
Holiday
Vegas.
Inn Holidome.
It changed names. It was a nightclub. Now it's a restaurant.
Now it's a
bar.
restaurant. Yeah. So Rob and I,
And nobody
Rob and I,
goes.
and my wife and I,
Oh,
Angela,
I think
we.
it's, what is that called now? I think it's,
It's called Not Tonight.
It's
Yeah. Where are you going? No, not tonight.
Not tonight.
I forget the
it's-
name.
It's called Not There No More.
yeah,
I do forget it, but
Yeah.
It's very
So-
unrememorable. I've been there once because this
So-
girl I was talking to wanted to go
I
there.
don't
I'm
know
like,
what you're talking
where's
about."
this place at? And she told me it's in the hotel. I'm like, this is bizarre.
Yeah. So
maybe she wanted to get a room.
that could have been it.
And it wasn't
Yeah.
that night.
Oh.
She did. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I was me
Whoa.
too.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
She grabbed my wiener, and I was not consenting about it at all.
Whoa, so this is the ultimate
I got me too.
anti-R.
Yes, at the
Kelly
bar.
thing.
Yes.
Down.
I've been me too.
Oh,
I'm trying to think if I've ever not consented.
I was okay with it though after a
Yes.
couple seconds.
I have.
It was
yes.
just out of the blue.
Sure.
She's like, "You're going to tell me this right now." This
Peer pressure, I'll go with yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I was non-consenting.
So number 10.
Number 10.
So I was doing a wedding. So I was a DJ for 20 years. Did a lot of weddings, nightclubs. You know, basically I always joke that if there was a microphone somewhere in York County, I was behind it. There's a microphone now. Behind it.
a celebrity like DJ for
You don't
like,
wanna do that.
one night only, 1 hour.
I sold all my gear. No.
Oh, we can use someone else's gear.
No.
We could bill you as like a mystery DJ.
He used to borrow someone else's gear a lot in the back of the
I'll tell people like Diplo's coming to town or something. It's
Oh.
just Adam McCallister.
Yeah. They'll be like, can we have Carmen Pantano?
Fat Boy Slim.
Yeah, that's it. So I was DJing a wedding, and this was a very country wedding. Like the grooms even wore like the camouflage vest. The rings were even camouflage. Like this was.
So this is like a Delta wedding.
This is 100% Cracker Barrel.
Ooh.
Yeah. And one of the groomsmen, he's like, "You got to play number 10," and I'm like, "What the hell is number 10?" He goes to his pickup truck, grabs a CD out of his truck. This is back when CDs were a thing.
This is just
Brings it into me, hands it to me. He's like, "You got to play number 10." He's like, "Everybody dance. I guarantee everybody come up and dance to it. You got to play number 10. So I begrudgingly played number 10. It cleared the dance floor. But to properly answer your question, as far as music people would know, Soulja Boy, Superman, my least favorite song of all time.
yo.
Yeah, the one song that it sounded like it actually got recorded inside of a Chef Boyardee can.
Wow, that's a great way to describe that.
It is. It was
My
the worst
least
production quality ever.
favorite song? Panda.
Oh, that song was
Panda,
awful.
Panda.
Now, I will
Panda.
tell you, back in the
What
day.
fuck zoo are you at if
Right.
all they have is a panda?
Panda.
Panda.
Well, it's
He's designer with two eyes. That's his
it's
artist name.
Ron Burgundy.
Panda.
San
Worst
Diego
song
Zoo.
ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if you wanted to get Rob moving back in the day,
Oh yeah, Ludacris.
Ludacris.
What Ludacris like? Any Ludacris back in the day?
Move,
Bitch, get out the way.
Get do your dance move.
No. But yes, 100%.
Yes.
Ludacris was my guy back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm
His
a
time
big
from
fan
the
of
ATL.
Ludacris when it comes to karaoke. That's just like a nice like throwback feel for people. And then they see me and the color of my skin when I go up to do it, and they see like the song like I forget what it's called. What's your fantasy? I'm like, oh, this man's
I
singing
wanna
this.
lick
Licking
you
the
from
head to your toes.
I wanna move to the
Bed,
bed, down to the
blow.
floor. I want. How am I doing the karaoke version and you're doing the white guy? The hell's up?
So thank you guys for joining us today on Mormons Are Us.
Thank you and good night. We're gonna send off right there. We're done.